players have one perspective; they're out there playing. But you have the bigger, kind of the global perspective on competing in this division, to win it back-to-back years, to win it in a full season, come off. Just what does this mean this year?
I'd like to think I'll have a better answer tomorrow, and a week from now, and a month from now, or sometime this winter, and we're done. But then I'm sure we'll go on the whole thing again like we did last year. But it's special, you know. I think it's hard, you know. Those banners are up there, and you look at them plenty, and you see the gaps in time between the AL East and the division titles, and it reminds you just how hard this is. And, you know, things seem like they were going pretty good in 08 and 10 and so on, and then we hit a lull, and it just reminds you, you know, it is hard. And these players, to get where we were last year, you know, it was a special year, but it was obviously a very different year and unprecedented and had its own challenges. This is a little more of a, for lack of a better term, normal year, and all the injuries, everything we had, for just one after another to step up, fill in, and contribute, it really makes it special, because it's 60-plus players. You know, there's every single staff member has found a way to impact one of these 60-plus players, and it's a team effort.
And in this specific division, given the competition, the budgetary challenges you face and things like that?
I think it's fair. The budgetary, whatever. They're competing, and it's trying to win games, and all the other stuff, whatever. But at the end of the day, you know, look at it as, you know, 4 teams that have a real shot to win 90-plus games in one division. It's nice to be the one on top.
Dollars aside for a moment, do you feel a little bit like a proud papa for putting this roster together that succeeded so well?
Yeah, dollars are always aside. They're human beings. They're players. They compete. They're good. You know, do I feel like no? That's way too much ownership. No. You know, I said it's, you know, Wander Franco. That's Carlos Rodriguez and the international group, and, you know, the Austin Meadows and all the Zanino and all these trades, you know, Kevin Ibach and that group, and Brandon Lau and, you know, RJ Harrison and, you know, Rob Metzler, and taking on, you know, that group, Shane McClanahan tonight. It takes so many people to allow something like this to be possible, and we've got a lot of special staff, and it comes down to the players. The players do this, but there's a lot that all of us are really proud of to be a part, you know, a small part of this, and it shows.
Like you said, it takes a lot of people. It's taken 61 players.
Yeah.
I feel like doing it over the course of a full season is a pretty good testament to the depth of this organization, the number of good players.
Yeah, absolutely. And without question, you know, every opportunity going to a camp's a little different. You know, you have opportunities that are there to guarantee someone a roster spot. You have opportunities that are there to compete for a job and make the big league team. You have opportunities that are to come into camp and just compete, and without any guarantee of anything after March. And I think, you know, our staff has done a wonderful job of finding the best players for each of those opportunities, and then our players and with our coaches have done, you know, the absolute most that they could to take advantage of each of those situations, and that's why we're here.
Pretty cool, given the impact all around at Zoom in Durham. That's what Cash said you guys did, just to share it with everybody who's been a part of it.
Yeah, it seemed appropriate, you know. I mean, Lewis Head, you know, I mean, my goodness. Chris Mazza, it's not lost, you know. It's especially August on, you know, there was a pretty heavy rotation of arms, especially that was going on there, and the injuries, everything else. It's, you know, that's all in the spirit of trying to do the best we can to stay afloat and to win games, to win the division, and that's where we were. And, you know, we can go to bed at night feeling good about that, but it doesn't mean it's easy, you know. And you want to make sure you stop to recognize not just those that are here, which obviously got it done tonight and have been a huge part of it, but those that have contributed, and even those that haven't, you know, that have kept the morale in the right place, the coaching staff down there, Brady Williams, Rick Knapp, Kyle Wilson, all of them, that, you know, every player in AAA wants to be in the big leagues and to keep things where they did, to have the season they did. You know, we're not at this moment without those efforts, in addition to everything that was done here.
Eric, if I told you before the season, when you were sculpting this roster together and making tough decisions with everything going on, that you're going to be sniffing 100 wins, and you might get it next week, just what would you have said to that?
Well, I think every team feels better about their roster than everyone else does. So we probably inflated ourselves a little bit more than we should have. But last winter was hard. Those are hard decisions to make last winter. And the pandemic, the fallout, the uncertainty with that, some of the trades, there's no way around it. That was tough, and it invites doubt, it invites questions, and just, we believed in the group we had, but it's one thing to believe in them. Everyone believes in their groups. It's another thing to go out and do it, and just really grateful for all the work that's led to this moment. We'll enjoy it, and we also recognize that we fell a few games short last year, and we really like to turn that around.
You said coming into the season it would be a year of transition. You see a lot of young players.
Yeah.
Not to go through them individually, but did they do what you thought? Did they exceed? Did they surprise?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the guys that are getting the ball now, and it's a young group. Some of them weren't even here. I couldn't have talked about close to half the roster, in March. No, I think, you never know who it's going to be. Truthfully, you never know which players are going to step up, make the most of their opportunities, and establish themselves on this club. You just try to put the numbers in your favor, try to put yourself in a position to have enough talent on hand and enough desire to wake up at this time of year and have a division clinched. So if you'd asked me like this specific group that I saw them there, no, but the collection of players that we had and the staff around them to be there to serve them and support them, I'm not terribly surprised. That's why we do this.
Thank you so much.
Baseball's fun, I guess.